Hey YouTubers, another video for you. I had intended to do this for quite a while now, but I'm going to showcase 4 of the more popular camera arms, and I'm going to try to do this all in one take. So no music. In fact, you're not even going to see my face because I have a face for radio, if you know what I mean. First arm is your muddy, basic camera arm. I bought this about 15 years ago at least at Walmart. This is when it was branded as a Gorilla, but I see now it looks that it's branded as a muddy. You can get this as a muddy, and it appears to be almost completely unchanged. On the website it looks like it's about $35 plus shipping. So it has a little hole here that allows you to screw in a step, and I do recommend, not a step, a hook. I do recommend that you go ahead and screw the hook in, because then that allows you to suspend it while you're putting up the ratchet strap. Now the ratchet strap for me, when I'm hunting, I always have the arm on my right hand side, and the strap buckle always goes to the left of the arm, because it's just easier, in my opinion, than to have to reach around the tree. Do it this way, but sometimes that does leave the buckle in your back, but if you do it correctly, it'll work itself out. So now this one does not have any type of leveling, so you'll have to try to level it as best you can. Get it tight, and then the arm actually extends out. Push in and then tightens up. This particular head is a Benro S2C. It's an okay head, but the fluid portion of the tilt has worn out a little bit, and so I can't keep it as loose as I'd like, but it's not a bad little head if you have a small camera. So this is the muddy basic camera arm, about $35. So the second arm I'd like to feature is also a muddy, but it's currently branded on this one as a Hawk. So I don't know if Hawk still makes them for muddy, but Muddy has them branded as a muddy Hunt Hard, and this is the Hawk Hunt Hard. I hunted with this for a year, and I really did like this arm, but it's priced at $80 from Muddy. Back when it was a Hawk, I think I paid $69 for one. This one I got used for less than $50 with a really nice friction head on it. So this one does not have a hook, a way to suspend the arm base on a hook while you're preparing the strap. So It's a little bit harder to get set and adjusted. This one also does not have full leveling capabilities, but it does have this crude spike on the bottom, which allows you to level it some. So when I used this arm, I really liked it, but what I found about this particular arm was that I almost never used this, because this would push the, it would only be if the tree was bigger up here or tilted this way, and I never had that situation. It seems like I always had it just the opposite, so I kind of wish I had the hook at the top, but I hardly ever use this hook here to level. So now this particular arm comes with a stanchion that sticks up about this high, but I removed it because I didn't like it. So now this is an Andor friction head, but it has fluid. It's a two-way, I don't know if you could call it friction or fluid, but it is a two-way head. But it has great friction movement, so if you were using a DSLR, then this would be a great head. Or if you were using a camera without a remote control, this would be a great head. So this is the Muddy Hunt Hard, which is about $90 on their website. So and next is the Muddy Outfitter. I got this one used. I haven't had a chance to use it in the woods yet. It's not my go-to arm, but I wanted to have one just to see. So one thing I do like about these is it does have the string here to help you suspend it while you go ahead and get your strap ready to go. And the good thing about this particular arm is the leveling capability. So it does have a level here at the top of this junction. So I'll go ahead and adjust it a little bit. And so now it's level. And it looks like it has a pretty good reach. This is quite different than what I'm used to, because the long section, how it stands off from the tree. But I might have to give it a try one of these days to see what I think. This is the head that came with it. It is a pretty nice little fluid head for a small camera, and maybe the Canon Vixia G series AX33, AX53, and but yeah, it's a pretty nice little fluid head. I've lost a part to it, which is why it has this ugly bolt on it, but you know, you can always use a different fluid head if you want to. So this is the Muddy Outfitter. I believe it's $150 on their website. So this next arm is actually my preferred, my go-to arm, and this is the 4th Arrow stiff arm from 4th Arrow, and I've actually picked up a different mounting strap for it because I had found that with just a standard strap it didn't hold the way I preferred, especially if I was going to go behind the tree. This one's a little bit more difficult to mount because and a tree stand, of course, I'll have my seat that will sometimes help me. I'm making this look rather difficult. I usually do not have near this much trouble in when I'm in the tree stand mounting it. So now this one you have to get as tight as you can possibly get it. And I oftentimes find myself leaving this open rather than closed so it doesn't hit me in the back. So then after that, the shoulder goes on. And then after the shoulder, you adjust it, and the good thing about this one is the shoulder has the level on it. You don't have to actually have the arm mounted. Now this is what it looks like with just single arm. And this is a Manfrotto 700 RC2. It's my go-to head. But oftentimes I have found myself lately using the extension with it. And you do have to be extra critical for level, because if not, it'll drift on you. So this one's fairly level, so it's not going to drift on me. But with this one, you can really put it out there if you want to. If I'm here, I can bring it all the way around in front of me, where prior to that I had to go behind me like this. And so that's one reason why you have to have that really, really tight, is because with this arm out here this far, like this, then you really have some leverage on this mount. So, but this is my favorite mount, my go-to mount, and it's fairly light, and but I might have to give the Muddy a try and see how that does. But this is the 4th Arrow. It's about 160 on the website.